Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program. We'll buy it. If you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Hey, everybody, this is Attilio, and this is that art part of the show. You know, in our public school systems, they're getting rid of PE, they're getting rid of art, but not on the Team Lally Real Estate Radio Show. We have art. So what I'm going to talk to you today is about rocks. And what I'm going to talk to you about and what I mean by rocks. By the way, there's going to be a connection between what I cover on the show and my LinkedIn posts. Mm-hmm. So what I'm covering is what I'm putting on my LinkedIn post. So if you want to see more of that or see, because between shows, I'm also posting every single day. And so something similar to Attilio's Random Thoughts are every day, can be found every day on LinkedIn, Attilio Leonardi. Now make sure you got the right Attilio, because there's my son, younger version of me, more handsome. And then there's me. So make sure you get the realtor Attilio on LinkedIn to connect with and follow. And I guarantee you're going to get something like this every day. So rocks are things in our schedule. Mm-hmm. They're things in our schedule that don't move for, like, let's take a look at three categories. There's realtors, the realtor industry, which this is a real estate show. There's people that are in general just have businesses they own. And then there's in your personal life relationships. For a realtor, every day, what should be well, first of all, let's start from the beginning. What is a rock in your schedule? What does that mean?
That means that you are not going to schedule over it.
You're not going to bump it.
Yeah, you just it's time blocked. It's important time that does not get moved.
You're not going to blow it off. You're going to stick to it, hell or high water. And so, for example, in real estate, so let's break down the three categories and then we'll move on. In real estate, or here on Team Lally, if you're an agent here achieving things at a high level, what will be a rock in your schedule? So, by the way, the visual on that, because radio is imagination for the mind. It's a movie for the mind. Sound is the imagination for the mind. And here's this. Imagine a river. In the middle of that river is a big boulder, and that boulder has been there for 10 million years. It's not going to move. If anything, it'll erode, but it ain't moving. The river represents all the things in your life, distractions, probably most of it coming from your phone and social media. Mm-hmm. The rock represents things that no matter what, appointments, other things, not important things, that rock does not move and it won't move for another 10 million years. For a realtor on a daily basis, and this is the number one thing that people don't have as a rock in the schedule and why they don't have consistent results like we do. What is it?
That would be daily prospecting.
Daily prospecting. And what that means is literally so on our team, we report in every morning. How were the results of your appointments yesterday? What is your dial program for today, your dial strategy for today? And what do you need support on? We report on that every morning, team meetings, huddles, all the time, because that's the cadence of accountability we want in our organization. So if you're in sales, you probably do the same. So it's daily prospecting. And why would we make that a rock?
Well, that is what builds your business.
Yeah.
Right. And I would say that
future business.
I would say 90% of your business is built from that follow-up.
You mean people don't call us and say, hey, list my home with you guys? You guys have an awesome radio show. You should just list my home.
It does happen on occasion, and they're just ready to go. But that is not a good business plan, because that's
to rely upon that.
You don't want to rely on that. You want to be following up and checking in when you say you're going to check in and doing what you say you're going to do. So that is part of the call strategy. And you got a time block to be reaching back out and making those connections.
Yeah. So that is time blocking in the real estate industry. Now, on a personal basis, for me personally, for my mental well-being and my health, I time block no matter what, hell or high water. If anybody knows me, they'll know this. But in the beginning part of my day, in the AM part of the day, when the sun's coming up or it isn't even come up yet, what am I doing?
You are working out.
And so are you. Mm-hmm. So are you. That is a rock in our schedule. If you want to have the mental energy to have better relationships, more energy through the day, better cognitive ability, long-range health, make that a rock in your schedule. And then for general business people, what should be a rock in their schedule? Just general. For any business, this will apply to any business. What would that be?
Well, I would say at least once a month, you need to be reviewing your profit and loss.
P&L statement once a month. That's a rock.
Yeah.
Know your numbers.
Know your numbers and be looking at your expenses and
Yeah.
looking for like frivolous things that you're like on a repeat. You just want to be aware
Yeah.
of what's going out.
And you know what's so cool nowadays? People hate looking at P&Ls. I do not like looking at a P&L. Shoot me right now in the head and make me, but I do it anyway.
Mhm.
But what's made it more tolerable?
I would say AI.
ChatGPT.
Yes. Well,
ChatGPT.
also though, we have an awesome accounting team, and we meet with them every month. And
they review it.
Yeah, like they review it with us and talk us through it, and like it's not so overwhelming.
Yeah, we have accountability. We pay for that consultation. It's once a month.
Yeah, having a coach on it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you get on an airplane at the Honolulu airport, Alaska Hawaiian, Hawaiian Alaska, whatever the airline is going to be, and then you fly in all the way to Vegas. Would you want them to put the pilots to put a blanket over the dashboard? You know that low fuel light. We don't pay attention to that. That's what it's like being in a business when you don't review your P&L once a month. Okay, so that's your rock in the schedule, and if everything is a rock in your schedule, then nothing is a rock in your schedule. So don't take me wrong in that. If everything is important, then nothing is important. You got to figure out what is your 20% that makes 80% of your results. That's what you time block for.
Your DPA.
Yeah, your DPA. Hey, if it's the first of the year and you want me to come in and train your team on time blocking, ideal team player strategies, any kind of success strategies that we use in our business that's created the success we have, and of which 80% of what we teach in our business is applicable to any business. For now, I'm going to start charging it in the future, but for now, I'll come in and do a 1-hour presentation absolutely free. All I need is the access to a projector or TV or whatever. We'll email you our PowerPoint. You print out some flyers. And I guarantee you that your organization will be better for it if you execute on the things I teach in that 1 hour in your company. And that can be during some other company events.
And we've done this for other local companies, like
plenty of them,
like Kilauea Pest Control,
Mililani Mortuary, Allstate Insurance,
First White Title.
Yeah, plenty. All industries.
So, speaking of,
oh wait, if you want to book that, all you got to do is go to info@teamlally.com and say, I'm a business owner. Help me. In the subject line.
So we have our mortgage tip of the week.
Okay.
We've got Danny from DHA Financial.
Yes.
And he's here with us to share some insights on
Danny
on the mortgage.
Danny is going to be playing the DHA Financial theme song.
Yes.
When you're trying to find a good mortgage broker. That's the Team Lally logo. Danny, what you got for us? You should have brought us in with a jingle.
Actually, the right guy for that's Howard. He's the one to do that. So.
Yeah.
I would just kind of give a tip out to a lot of the buyers out there too, is make sure you check around to find out if you're getting, a good rate or a good product, because I was able to actually get a little bit better product for from a different, lender. Was able to lower their rate by, a good chunk, nearly a little over 1.5%, and actually save them, over $800 a month.
Yeah. Danny, you are a mortgage broker, correct?
We are a lender. So we will lend, well, we do both. But we have different lenders in which, we can broker loans out to.
Okay.
And we also, it's called a mortgage lender or correspondent lender, to where we lend with our own money. Also, it gives us a lot more of the control than, for example, a mortgage broker.
Now, would that be like, is that the same as a mortgage banker, or is that different?
That's same as a mortgage bank.
Okay. That's where I was going. So there's three kinds of, explain to the people so they understand who is Danny and why we have decided to partner with you, the difference between a loan officer, a mortgage broker, and a mortgage banker.
So a mortgage broker is going to, a lot of times they won't have in-house underwriting.
Yes.
They won't be funding. It'll be funding in someone else's name. So they lose a lot of control. And for us, we're able to fund in our own name. And so, there's a lot of times, you guys know as realtors that you get to the closing table and the money's not there and you're wondering, well, who do I have to call? Well, that for me, it's a lot easier problem solving to be the mortgage banker than it is a broker.
Gotcha. Okay. And loan officer, what's the big differences with loan officers versus what y'all do?
So, well, for us, just the products and stuff that we're able to offer, and how we do those products. So, again, we will still broker some.
Yeah.
There's some,
If it makes sense.
Some out there that we're going to want to broker, but for the most part, if we can keep it in-house, it gives us a lot more control than, for example, a mortgage broker.
Yeah, and what I mean by loan officer, if they walk into whatever, Chase or Wells Fargo, that loan officer is an employee of that brick and mortar, and they offer what the bank is offering. That's it. That's it. There's no shopping around for a better deal or this or that or trying to work it out. They're limited to that. And then that's it.
So
that's the big difference.
I want to go back to what Danny had shared earlier. We help these clients that had kind of complicated tax returns, and they wanted to do a no doc kind of loan.
No doc loan. What's that?
Yes, and they were quoted. We were like halfway through escrow, and they were not happy with the rate that they were quoted. I don't know that if it was a surprise or whatever, but it was pretty high. And we had a couple weeks left to closing. Danny came in, was able to turn things around pretty quickly, and then it was like a 1.5% lower, which equaled $800-900 a month in savings for this family.
Wow!
So pretty amazing. Just quickly getting to work. Number one, and then number two, the amount of money that you're able to save this family, who just have kind of they got the interesting tax returns.
Yeah.
So. Share with our listeners what is a no doc loan and
what is a no doc loan,
and who would use this kind of product,
and who would use this product.
So mainly this product will be used for investors and for an investment type. So a no doc loan is you may not have to use, for example, your tax returns, pay or any income documentation like that. Everything's going to be based off of, for the most part, off of the down payment that the borrower down. And again, it's going to be more or less used for an investment type of property.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have more kind of complicated tax return, you're going to pay a little bit higher, but there's not going to be any kind of surprises oh, you're not approved, or oh, we need this and this and this. Otherwise, you're not approved. So it's just you're going to pay a little bit more. You got to put the money down, but you're going to get that loan through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you wanted to share with our Akamai listeners? That's Hawaiian for smart.
I think that's pretty. Keep an eye on the market. I think it's starting to heat up here pretty good. I'm starting to see a lot more possible, borrowers and pre-approvals coming in.
Yeah, I see those rates in the 5s. It's very nice.
Nice. The market's going to be heating up. If you're thinking about buying, now would be the time, because as those rates drop, you're going to be competing with more people, and we're going to get back to that market where you're like, oh, wow, the interest rate is 3%, but I'm competing with 9 offers and 59 people showed up at the open house, or as we say, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it, Danny. Next time when you're on the show, can you take us out with a theme song or something? And then I want to know, is it true? Because Danny, I know you can play the guitar. You practice a lot all the time. And you're really good at it, because we were hanging out at our team events. You're playing up at camp, playing songs around the fireplace. Is it true that the most dreaded request for somebody who plays a guitar is "Stairway to Heaven"?
That's what I've heard. I haven't been long enough to do it that much, but that's what I.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
Guys.
All right, that's Danny Langerman. He's with DHA Financial. He is an expert we trust. You can find all about him and his team under the resource tab on teamlally.com.
Yeah, by the way, more things in that resource tab. Coming up, we have an event. Where is that? It's a flyer around there somewhere.
We have Amphay also.
Oh, Amphay, is he on there right now?
Yes.
You know what, we're going to tell you. Well, actually, this kind of ties into what Amphay is going to talk about. We'll tell you after we bring him on. But there's an event coming up. What is it? February 10th?
Yes.
At Morton Steakhouse. We'll tell you after we have our discussion with Amphay. Let's go ahead and bring Amphay on. Amphay is our trusted trust attorney.
That's right.
Amphay, can we call you our trusted trust attorney? You're
Aloha.
mobile.
Aloha, Amphy.
Hi, Amphy.
Okay, so Amphy is on the move.
He's on the move.
He's going from client to client.
Yep.
Yeah, he actually came out to visit with one of our clients
Yeah.
over this past weekend and really helped them to feel at ease. Someone that just, he needed that extra time
Yeah.
for Amphy to sit down, and he drew his nice little drawings and, like just simplified things.
Yeah. Amphy, can you hear us?
Yes, you got my attention now.
All righty,
Yes.
cool. So
I had to go to
Amphy,
court and drop off some documents, and then
no
so
worries. You
I'm
just on the
good
go.
now.
You're there to serve your clients. Is there anything in particular you want to share with us this week for regarding like trust and estate planning?
Nothing specific other than it was really great to meet you guys in Kailua. That's awesome, that work that you do and the care that you give to your clients, and it was
Yeah.
amazing to meet him, talk story with him, and then see how best all of us together can help him. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So we spent like 2 hours visiting with our friend George in Kailua, and my question for you, Amphi, is: do people once people make the trust, it just stays like that forever, or should they be making some
Like
changes to it
updates.
over time?
Yeah. When do you
What do you
update?
think?
Not necessary yet. I
Yeah.
think it's important for everyone to at least look at it to see
Mm-hmm.
if there are anything that they want to change or update, because of course life changes.
Yeah.
What can they be rest assured about is that now the trust is set to last. Okay,
Yeah.
not necessary to update. If everything stays the same, it will work when you need it to work, and
Yeah.
then only if you need to make changes because life changes.
Yeah. A lot of people like family. We were actually our good friend. We were visiting with one of our good friends, and I will call her Jenny. I'm going to change her name a little bit to protect the innocent. But anyway, Jenny was like had a great relationship with someone, and trust
Like Hanai, like a Hanai type.
Hanai situation to
Yes.
really develop some trust. But what Jenny realized was that, they were like, "Oh, I want you to be the executor," and then not being a blood relative, she's concerned about the
Potential like litigation that could happen
yeah
with the other like
beneficiaries that are
like
like
blood children.
yeah, children, siblings, stuff like that. What would be your advice in a situation like that? I mean, she's like, no, I don't want to get caught up in that. I'm not going to do it. What would be your advice for like the executor? Like, who should it be, and how do you, if you can do it, but what can you put in there to avoid the drama in the future?
So long as the executor trustee is
Uh huh.
fulfilling the wishes or the provisions that set forth by the person creating the trust, they should not worry about litigation.
Gotcha.
Part
Gotcha.
of the trust administration also allows for the trustees now to seek professional help,
Mm.
whether it be an advisor, an accountant, an attorney to
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
assist, in matters that may, again, be out of their expertise. Of course,
Yes.
because for me, I always share with families when they are looking at, naming executors or trustees, I
Yeah.
go three qualifications: somebody you trust, somebody that's responsible, and somebody
Mm-hmm.
that's going to follow through,
Yes.
right? And none of it says they have to have a degree in this, they have to be a doctor, they have to be a lawyer, they have to be,
You mean they don't have to have the wisdom of King Solomon?
Mm-hmm.
hey, trustworthy, responsible, okay, follow through.
You know what? That sounds like a Boy Scout. Maybe the Boy Scouts of
Well,
America the Scouts of America should be making themselves available to be executors on
well, I think
trust.
in this particular situation, she definitely fits all of that criteria. But then it's like
It's still
it's
hesitant.
just her comfort level.
Yeah.
And what was decided was that you're just going to have the attorney be the executor, just to make sure that the wishes
What
are and that it's all followed.
and what are your
Yeah.
thoughts, Amphi, on them having an attorney be the executor?
Well, I mean, there is a fiduciary responsibility. Sorry for that
Okay.
big word. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
like there is a responsibility, a legal responsibility,
Yeah.
a liability responsibility to,
Yeah.
again, fulfill the provisions set forth in the trust. So,
Mm-hmm.
again, whether it's an attorney, whether it's a family member, I go back to my, again, 3 simple questions. You trust this person, right? They are going to follow through and they're
Yeah.
responsible. Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. You could get your big local Brada Samoan, 7.5 feet, 350. You can be no. It's not about the intimidation or somebody being resolute. It's like you said, if they're acting in a fiduciary manner, which is in the best interest of the instructions within the trust, to the benefits of and the beneficiaries and everything, and following those instructions. And like you said earlier, if it's something to do with real estate or something to do with investments or something to do with their Pokemon card collection, so long as they're bringing in experts within those individual fields to seek counsel, decisions hopefully will be thought of as smart, intelligent, and not disputable. But we know emotions get in there, but these things are set up so that the executor can do that without being, like bullied or pressured.
I've seen in some trusts that if anybody challenges the trust, that they will get like nothing or get like, $10.
Have you seen? Is that enforceable? Have you seen that? Oh, if you dispute this trust, you're gonna get one shiny penny.
Like, do you see how often do you see that?
it's a little it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
It's well, the language says that if any of the beneficiaries contest, and we're talking
Yes.
legally, meaning go to court, the
Mhm.
rigmarole of all the legal stuff and
Yeah.
hearings and whatnot, and they now don't prevail, then it says, yeah, then you're fighting and you lose, and when you don't
Yeah.
prevail, that means you lost.
You're
So
out.
sometimes, right, there is
Yeah.
justifications for a sibling to say, yeah, half means half, not,
Yeah.
like 1/8 of what half is. So, I mean, of course, it's
Yeah.
justifiable. Other times, though, again, it becomes just litigious, like people are just mad and they
Sure.
just want to fight, right? So, in that
Yeah.
situation, that's what the provision says. Don't fight. I mean, if you fight, you lose, you're not going to get anything. But if you have a valid, reason, why now the trust is not being honored, then therefore
Yeah.
that's a legitimate reason, right? So yes and yes to that.
Like, it
Yeah.
Yeah.
depends. Like, maybe
You
something
know.
wasn't super clearly spelled out and it just needs to be decided because there is grayness
Yeah.
in those instructions,
Yeah.
right? We've
I
seen that
was
before.
Amphi. I know I sent my information over to you. I know you guys will eventually connect. But you got that text message from me with my Uncle Jimmy?
Mhm.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
good.
Yes.
So I was at the swap meet. So here's like Paul Harvey. So you know the rest of the story, what led to that. We was at the swap. I go with my dad and my Uncle Jimmy to Ojo swap meet. They like walking the swap meet every Sunday. I love them to death. I want to be in their presence. So that's what if you like, if you want to come track me down, if I owe you some money and I never pay you back, Aloha swap meet between like 7 a.m. and 8:30. Anyway, I'm down there, and then my uncle goes, "Hey, you get that kind, that the attorney, the kind, the lawyer." And I said, "What you mean, uncle?" He's like, "Oh, you mean like the thing you would do for your dad? Like this is how lay people talk about it. The thing you would do for your dad, they get the instructions and all of that. Oh, you mean the trust?" He's like, "Oh, yeah. He also did mine and helped me with mine, and he helped me help dad with his. And why what you thinking is like, and they're getting older, and they're like, hey, I want to make sure everything's spelled out. And he was like, but then my dad said, oh, but what? He doesn't own a house. He rents. He's at the Cuckoo Plantation, but he rents. He's like, oh, my house. And I said, and then my dad knows because he has one. But I told him, hey, uncle, but there's all those other things, right? That's in there that people don't think about: the healthcare directives, the DNRs, all the personal items, where they let go, so people aren't fighting over the stuff. And so I think it's important for people. That's my personal plug for you to sit down with Amphy. Adrian, both and I, my dad, all our family members. I think you help with my sister. We all trust Amphy with. We're not just saying like go use Amphy because he's on the show. We personally have used you. He's a very trustworthy, very kind, and very patient trust attorney. Those would be my 3 attributes for a trust attorney: kind, patient, and trustworthy.
He's also very smart.
He's also very smart.
He knows the questions, and like, you think that it's a good idea to put stuff in. He's like, oh, well,
No.
have you thought about this, this, and this? We're like,
Yeah. And the real life examples.
The unintended consequences, right?
So listeners out there, when you give Amphy a call, go to our Realtors Experts We Trust. And here's what you're going to tell Amphy when you book the consultation and you meet with him. Can you tell us about the buckets? tell us about the buckets. All right. So, Amphy, people are going to be asking you, what's up with the buckets? And then you can tell them, okay?
Well, thank you, Amphy. It's always great to see you. We'll be seeing you again at the DST luncheon, and I'm sure we'll be seeing you again with George.
Yes, thank you so much.
We got to get that all wrapped up too. So
thank you, Amphy.
Thank you for all you do.
And he's calling from his car because he has so many clients. He's keep going. Good job.
Yeah, I have to take care of some court stuff this afternoon. So thank you guys. Thank you, Adrian.
Nice.
Hey, thank you, Attilio.
Thanks for being on the
Aloha,
show.
you
Thank
guys.
you, Amphy.
Aloha.
Aloha. All right. Well, we are going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about some different events. We're going to be talking about some leadership quotes. And then an open house that's going to be happening on Saturday. On Saturday,
which is the Saturday right before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's going to be at the Ala Moana side of Waikiki, off the Alawai at the Bel Air.
All right. So stay with us, and you'll learn more.
Hey, you know someone that moved to the mainland but left the rental property behind? So Amber wanted to create a new investment opportunities on the mainland, but she had to sell her island rental first. So she reached out to our good friends Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams Honolulu. Handling the business virtually with Amber, Adrian and Attilio came prepared with multiple 5-star selling strategies, including adjusting Amber's selling price expectations, and the home sold in days. If you're in the market to sell your home and you want a team that will make you the most money with the least amount of drama, you can trust our good friends Adrian and Attilio of Team Lally. Give them a call today, 808-799-9596. That's 808-799-9596. They're trusted. You see their signs all over in my community. Visit teamlally.com today. That's teamlally.com today.
The only real estate team I trust right here in Honolulu is Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams Honolulu. Now, thanks for joining me today. What's the number one reason homes don't sell on time?
Sean, sellers are in denial. They are stuck in the previous market and not pricing their homes properly.
How do you solve that problem?
We have a 12-step program. The first step is to have a smart pricing strategy. We follow the 10-10-0 rule. 10 showings, no offers, we have to adjust. 10 days on the market, no showings, another adjustment. For the other 11 steps, give us a call.
Great update. Thank you for keeping us informed. Put the most experience and the best marketing to work for you. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com. And you can start packing.
In today's fast-changing real estate market, you need access to the right information to make smart choices. I invest in real estate all over the country, and I rely on smart agents who know their local market inside and out. In Honolulu, I work with Adrian Lally and Attilio Leonardi. Adrian, Attilio, and their team sell a home every 72 hours and have over 750 5-star reviews. Go to teamlally.com and find out in just seconds what your home is really worth.
Program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrian.
And I'm Attilio.
And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Hey, Adrian, ask me a question. What do we do to help sellers get their home sold?
Attilio, what do we do to help sellers get their home sold?
I'm so glad you asked. So we have our friend Bobby, and he has a apartment or a nice condo, 1,300 square feet, out there in Waikiki.
It is on 2015 Alawai Boulevard, unit number 2C.
Okay, since you already said the apartment, then his name not Bobby, but his first name is Ricky. I was saying Bobby because like Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights.
Okay, it's not Talladega Nights.
It's not Talladega Nights. It's our good friend Ricky, and then we went to do a property walkthrough, and we were looking out. The view is beautiful. It's really over the Alawai, and if you know local people, like I grew up here. And in the summers, I paddled. I think the club may still be there. It's Kamehameha Club, not Kamehameha Schools, but it's the Kamehameha Canoe Club at the beginning of the Alawai, by the park over there where everybody plays soccer and baseball and all that. Anyway, the view, if you live in that area, walking along the walkway or Alawai, or if you live on anything that faces the Alawai, you have the beautiful mountains. But what you also have is the Alawai and all the people canoe paddling, the one-person canoes. It's just really nice seeing that kind of local cultural activity happening. But then as we looked across the Alawai, we saw a pedestrian bridge. And what was on that pedestrian bridge?
A lot of graffiti.
I mean, big kind, dark.
It wasn't even like the pretty kind, like with the pictures.
No, it was like somebody's initials or whatever. But anyway, we look across there and it was super obvious that you could see it because it was really big and dark. And we're like, man, that's going to be tricky to talk about that. And it
was ruining the view. It
was ruining the view. And it's kind of like you have a 5-star meal and then everything's perfect. The whole ambiance, the service, everything's just beautiful. And then they bring out the flaming brownie. What's the one with the chocolate and it's like soft in the middle and hot and burns your lips so you eat it too easy?
The souffle.
The chocolate souffle. And then you crack open a chocolate souffle and right in the middle, get one cockroach. It ruins the whole meal, the whole experience just goes right out the door. So
that graffiti was like
the graffiti was like a cockroach
and you guys
in
had
your chocolate souffle.
So you had to stamp out that cockroach.
We got to stamp out, make sure the cockroach don't end up in the souffle to begin with. So Hunter, one of my agents on the team, he said, you know what? We should go paint that. And I said, and he doesn't know me that well. We like, I'm crazy. I'll go do stuff. I was like, let's go do it. So went to Home Depot, got all the product and stuff. And we went there and we'll show you some video here if you're watching us on any of our platforms or go to our YouTube channel. But we went there and painted over the graffiti and something happened that I wasn't expecting. There must have been about 10. It was a Saturday, probably about 10:30 a.m. People enjoying the day. And not only did we see that graffiti, but we saw it like all over the place because it's like when virus, it spreads. So we just started painting it all. And it was really good paint. I just went do it by my eye and matched real well. And guess what? All those people, every single one of them walked by. We're just wearing Team Lally hats. We're not like City and County. And if we're in trouble, I'm so sorry, but we didn't paint the graffiti. But everyone was like, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is such an eyesore. And we painted all the graffiti on that. Not only did we take care of that view for our client, but we gave back to our community. And then I got so addicted to it. Adrian and I, when we walked up Kapolei Parkway, all the way from, I live in Kaupea Hawaiian Homes, and we walked all the way to the high school and all the way back, both sides of the street. And we're like, bye-bye graffiti. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you know what else is fun is that there's going to be an open house this Saturday.
Okay.
From 2 to 5. So February 7th, Saturday, 2 to 5. There'll be one open parking space to park in, or you can do the street parking. You
know what? When you go there, Hunter's going to be there at the open house, and you say, "Hey, Hunter, thanks for painting out the graffiti."
So the building is the Bel Air.
Yes.
Again, it's 2015 Alawai Boulevard, unit number 2C. And there will be instructions on the door on how to get buzzed in because it is a secure building.
Yes.
It's a beautiful building. There's only 3 apartments per floor. Very generous sized unit.
Yes.
So the interior square footage of this one is just under 1,200 square feet. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1 covered parking, and has a beautiful little like wraparound lanai with 176 square feet.
You could like, if you have a bunch of people over here, you could have a pile of people on the lanai and still be comfortable inside the house.
It's like a fun pool area,
little kiddie pool.
Yeah, just perfect
with a water feature.
It is it's like the perfect location. It's right on the outskirts of Waikiki. So come check it out. The units in this building do not come on the market that often. People just love it there and they just stay. So but unfortunately, Ricky just has to go.
He wants to go move back closer to family. Totally understandable because you can have the pleasant view and the places and all of that. But family, if you have that yearning for family, we want to help him get back to his family.
But that kitchen was redone.
Completely redone.
Beautiful job on the kitchen.
Super modern kitchen.
Custom blinds.
Yes.
Like very tasteful.
Very clean, minimalist.
New flooring.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very well cared for unit. It's just move-in ready.
The other thing I would share with you is that the walkability index, that's your word of the day. Walkability index means that if it's a higher score, that means you can walk to a lot of things. And so what's really nice about that is if you want to enjoy all of the things that Waikiki has, the beach, the Alawai Canal, all of that is all within walking distance, and you get your steps in.
He was like hardly ever using his car. I think the only time he ever used his car is if he had to go like do a big shopping trip, or you know, or just go to like Target or Walmart or whatever. That's the only reason why.
This thing got plenty Costco storage, because I will tell you that a lot of these places don't have a lot of storage, but this is very spacious. I would say the feel of the interior is almost like a single family home because of how big it was. It didn't feel like an apartment.
And then the price.
Yeah.
We're under 600,000 on this.
Nice.
Under 600,000. Like, this is a deal.
Yeah.
This is such a great price.
I will tell you, come check it out on that Saturday prior to the Super Bowl, because we're going to have the one space available.
And then there's street parking too.
There's plenty.
We had no problem finding street
We found
parking.
1 block over.
Yeah, it was super close.
Yeah.
So like, just, you know, come on out, come visit.
And then when you walk in again, I want you to say, Hunter, what's up, graffiti buster? Because we busted that graffiti across the way. By the way, we're committed to it. So if the graffiti pops up again, we're going to be right back out there to paint it over. And so that's what we do to get home sold.
All right. Something else we want to share.
Yes.
We have a DST.
What's a DST?
A DST Lunch and Learn coming up on February 10th.
Okay.
And this is for accredited investors.
Mm-hmm.
So, Attilio.
There you go. Boom. You had 2 buzzwords in a row.
What is an accredited investor? And then I will answer, what is a DST?
Okay.
So tell me first. What is an accredited investor?
All right. A accredited investor per IRS guidelines. If you're a single person, you have to have, I think it's like
$250,000.
$250,000 annual income, or $1 million in assets that does not include your personal residence. And if you own investment properties in Hawaii, it's not that difficult with 1 or 2 to have something that's worth more than $1 million.
So it's properties or like your IRAs,
your
401k. It's a combination of everything. So,
that's an accredited investor per IRS guidelines. And what that means is that, you know, you're
a little bit more sophisticated than the average, you know, person.
It's not that you have to be like that to be in this type of investment as far as your mindset or financial awareness, because we'll give you all that education. It's just that I
think there's rules, like there's some kind of like rules that they have to follow and laws.
You have to be an accredited investor to participate in a DST. And then, Adrian, what is the DST?
So it is a way to, when you do your 1031 exchange.
Yes.
So in order to get into a DST.
Oh, you just added another buzzword, but we'll cover that later.
You'll answer what is the 1031 exchange.
Okay, go ahead.
So that means, so once you sell, you know, maybe your Waikiki condo, and you get to 1031 exchange it into a like-kind property. So a DST would be considered a like-kind property.
Yeah.
And DSTs are more so like institutional grade type of investments. And you'll see them like storage facilities.
Walmart, some of the Walmarts are owned by DST investors, Amazon distribution centers.
Attilio and I own a DST storage facility that spans across 4 different states. So there's like thousands of units. So we are just a part owner in this, you know, like this big commercial property.
Yes.
So Walmart, ESPN, Amazon distribution. So you can be like a fractional owner with other accredited investors.
Student housing, their universities. And so these are great, solid investments with a lot of due diligence. You don't have to worry about them doing cash calls or going belly up. And so they have there's 3 things that you get from owning real estate directly. 1, you got to deal with the tenant. Number 2, you have income, and then you have growth. With the DST,
but you also have the tax write-offs too, and the depreciation,
and all of that.
Yeah.
But the 3 things I want to talk about is with the DSTs, you don't have one of those. You're not involved in the direct management and having to deal with toilets and all of that good stuff, and torching and tenants not wanting to move out. And these properties are not the type of properties that have those issues to begin with, but you're not dealing with it, which is important.
Exactly. So one of the like head guys from Inland is coming out to talk a little bit more about the different DSTs that Inland manages. And that's going to be happening on February 10th. So you can go to our website, teamlally.com/DST. You can learn more about what is a DST and RSVP there. You could also reach out to myself or Attilio. Talk story with us about the DST, and we can get you on the RSVP list.
And DST is for Delaware Statutory Trust, or if you need the police call signs, is what is it? Delta Delta Sierra Tango. Good job, Army girl. Delta Sierra Tango is what it is, back / teamlally.com. I said it backwards.
Teamlally.com / DST.
That's it.
Okay. And then so before we move on, what is a 1031 exchange, Attilio?
Oh, that's right. A 1031 exchange is part of the IRS code, and that allows you. By the way, anything you hear on this show that is funny and hilarious, that's 100% me. I own that. But if it's deemed as any tax or legal advice, I just want to tell you right now, please verify anything we say in that arena with the appropriate licensed professional. Boom, got the disclaimer out of the way. And 1031 exchange in our direct experience with helping many clients through that.
And doing them ourselves.
Yep.
Times.
Yep. Is that you are deferring, not eliminating, not getting rid of, you're deferring the capital gains. And this has been a wealth building strategy for people for many years. Everything we're describing to you regarding a 1031, a DST, accredited investors, all of this stuff's been around for years, 20 plus years, 50 plus years.
To your attention.
That's it. When you drive a baby blue Toyota Corolla, you start noticing other baby blue Toyota Corollas. It's not that they weren't there, but it's now brought to your attention. So it allows you to defer the capital gains, and then allows you to take your entire principal or your sale proceeds and put it into the next property, and then keep doing that over and over and over. That's like real life monopoly, right? You trade like 3 houses in for a hotel, then you trade in 2 hotels for a resort, and you keep going, building wealth. 90% of the wealth in this country is built through investing in real estate, and this is how they do it.
That's right. Well, speaking about investors, I want to read a review that we got a little while ago from an experienced investor. His name is Matthew Wharton.
Oh, yeah, I remember Matthew. Hey, Matthew, I hope you're listening to the show. Hope all things is as well with you and your family and your siblings. Happy New Year.
Yes. Okay, so what Matthew has to say is we engaged Team Lally to handle the estate sale of a family property on Oahu. There was a lot of sensitivity surrounding the transaction, and due to COVID, my family and I had to rely on the team to not only be our seller's agent, but also our project manager to oversee the remote move out of the contents of the home, to oversee the numerous completion, cleanup, staging, and contractor closeout projects that had to get done to effectively show and sell the home. They also coordinated with local authorities on some permit issues that were standing in our way.
Yeah.
After over 6 months of preparation with constant updates and communication from the team, they got us multiple offers. We closed above asking, with them acting as our advocate throughout the closing process. Being an investor, I've utilized realtors around the country to help me with deals. And Team Lally exceeded all of my expectations as a savvy, experienced, and professional team, keeping my needs and those of my family at the forefront in this complex transaction.
Yeah.
I've used the term team several times in this review, and I'll end with a comment on the aspect of their unique offering. They really put a full team on my project, from their listing specialist to construction managers, transaction specialists, to handle each unique area that needed to be checked off to get us through this and across the finish line. No single realtor, no matter how experienced or dedicated, could come close to delivering this level of service.
Wow, we couldn't have written it better ourselves.
Yeah.
And this all came from
a client.
From a client. So, hey, don't take our word for it that we go above and beyond to serve our clients. Just take a look at our reviews. We've got over 800 5-star reviews. And so, a lot of times when you're out there doing your research, ChatGPT, Google searches, talking with people in the community, if anybody has anything to negative or disparaging to say about us, just say, hey, why don't you go to their Google reviews? Because it's not in alignment what you're talking about, which is on their Google reviews. And then turn them around, bring them to the house of Team Lally so that we can serve them at the highest level and they can be happier. Not that people aren't happier if they don't go with us, but I think they'll be a little bit happier, less stressful if we help them.
And then if you are someone that is thinking about getting into the industry, or maybe you already are an agent and you want to be part of a team like that I just read this amazing review of.
Yes.
We do have a career night coming up, March 2nd.
No way.
Yes, it's going to be at our office in Kapolei at 6 o'clock, but come early. You can come talk story with us before.
Stay after, ask questions if you're too shy for asking the group.
So you can go to hawaiicareernight.com and just RSVP there. We'll have a nice little name tag for you. You know what? If you don't RSVP and you just show up, we'll make a name tag for you.
We'll make one for you.
Yeah.
It'll say, my name is, and then we're going to put the marker and put the name in. Now, what can you expect at this Hawaii Career Night is we're going to talk about the time that it takes to get your license and what kind of time commitment you're looking at to be full-time, part-time, no time. We're looking at the money that you're going to have to invest to be in this career. And then we're going to cover with you what exactly are the strategies to help you be highly successful in this, and then actually have you talking with agents that are on our team and asking them directly, because we got nothing. We got absolutely nothing to hide.
We have some newer agents that will be there to talk about their success. In fact, we've got a couple agents. Let's see. Holly, I think she was like 39 days after getting her MLS access.
Yes.
Boom, in escrow.
In an escrow.
Angela, 33 days after,
boom, in an escrow.
After getting her MLS access in escrow, and then getting ready to open up a second one. And actually, both of them have listings as well.
Now, you got to put this into context, folks. From the National Association of Realtors, I don't know, there's like about 1 million licensees nationwide. We're probably the largest group of individuals in this one membership. 70% of, this is from NAR, 70% of the agents sold 0 homes. Zero in a whole year.
Like, what is the percentage of agents that do not renew after that, like that first couple years in the business?
So ours is biannual, so it's every 2 years. And in the second renewal, we see about 80% of the people not renewing their license, because this is it's some money to keep your license active. And if you're not selling homes, it's a very expensive hobby.
Oh, but we have a solution.
Yes. What is that?
That would be HawaiiReferralAgent.com.
What is that about?
So that's where you can hang your license. If like you have other jobs, you're just like, you know what, this real estate sales thing, not for me.
Yeah.
Hang your license. You don't got to pay all of the fees, but you can collect referral fees. You refer them out to agents around the country. You could refer them to us, and let the agents that are doing it full time just, get the work done.
Yeah. So everywhere from California to New Jersey to Rhode Island to the Midwest, everywhere in the United States, we have the ability of finding you an agent that gives you the experience like Team Lally. We've been doing this for over 20 years. We have a really strong referral network.
There is a full-time referral manager that handles it like a concierge and sets up the paperwork, does the follow-up to make sure that you get paid. Yeah. So just extra level of care.
Yep. And then we have people managing the database. So it's not just, hey,
come hang your license and like whatever. No, like
wait for somebody to call you.
There's a process. Yep.
I think that would be the difference with our referral brokerage compared to others, is that, in my opinion, because everybody can have one, is that we are going to be more active with your leads in your database and be organized for you and help farm that thing and nurture it and fertilize it.
Well, speaking of nurturing and fertilizing, I want to, as we're coming to the end of the show, I want to share a quote from John Maxwell. If you want to lead, you need to grow. Good leaders are always good learners. Awesome.
I think what's important about that, folks, if you are a leader and you're not going to personal growth classes, or, if you're in a licensed industry and all you're doing is continuing education, that is just the basics average.
Like the bare minimum.
That's like the bare minimum. I don't know if you out there, do you want to work with somebody that's bare minimum? And more importantly, do you want to follow somebody that's bare minimum? No, you should only follow leaders that be coached by leaders that have coaches. And Adrian and I have multiple coaches in multiple areas of our life. In fact, we'll be traveling to the mainland. We travel to the mainland for personal growth classes, fitness classes, industry classes. We're constantly doing that all the time to increase our levels of service.
We want to get around people that have, achieved things at a much higher level and learn from them.
Yeah.
And make the adoptions and changes, because the world is changing.
Yeah,
right?
quickly.
With technology, and we want to be right there with them.
I had a new question that I'm asking people, because it's being adopted so quickly. Is just a conversation starter, like, how many times today have you used ChatGPT? And getting all kind of different answers, and then what do you use it for? And what we're finding is that I'm seeing a shift from people going to the Google. Did you Google it? Now it's like, did you ChatGPT it?
I think some people will like Google certain things and then ChatGPT other things.
Yeah.
And like from what I'm seeing though too, like for like home searching, they're still on Google.
Yeah.
And then ChatGPT is more just like
There's some clarification on going deeper on particular
for
topics.
Advice.
Yeah.
Although ChatGPT, we had a client who's in the industry, like in the new home
construction industry.
They did the ChatGPT. They said, I need the best agent that knows about distressed properties.
Yeah.
And we came up, we did the consult with them, and here we are. We're educating them and helping them to acquire some distressed properties.
I'll go and start one spin-off of ChatGPT. It's going to be Kalani GPT. And then you put the question in, you're like, what is the best realtor that I should be using in Kapolei? And then it's going to respond back, oh, brah, the best realtor you like using Kapolei is my sister, with Team Lally, with Adrian. She's super cool and legit. And she's going to, she's got the bomb.com when it comes to information. I think that would be cool. Kalani GPT.
Who would be using this?
Maybe people would like brush up on their
pigeon.
Oh yeah, I saw this local girl. She had all these bracelets. What does that mean? Oh, that's a significant thing. That means she's being loved by her boyfriend because her name is printed real big on this tuna cans on her wrists. And the good news is that if they're sneaking up with you in the dark, you can hear them. No, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna have like terrible jokes, Kalani GPT, local jokes. But anyway, ChatGPT is something that I would say, in your life, when you come across stressful situations, when you come into a stressful situation or somebody comes at you or this or that, what's the number one thing you should do immediately? Pause.
Take a deep breath.
Yep. And after the pause, take what's happening to you, turn it into prompts, put it into ChatGPT, and say, how do I deal with this Kolohi girlfriend? And ChatGPT comes back. Well, you got to put the prompts in because you can't just leave it at that. You got to put the more information. It's garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
Good in, good out. And so the more prompts and the more you use it, the more it learns. And I heard a funny commercial the other day. It said, "Hi, my name is ChatGPT, and we're looking to replace you in your job." What we found, though, is that when we surveyed people who are in jobs, most people hate their jobs. So we're just here to replace the jobs that you don't like. And so it was a funny commercial, but what it meant was that there's a lot of tedious things that we do in our lives. Just use ChatGPT. It's not going to replace you and your human connection. Not yet.
On that note, thank you for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Bradley with Allstate Insurance.
Kenji with Pillar to Post Home Inspection.
John with Kilauea Pest Control.
Duke of Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Robinson with Fine Line Paint Works.
Amphy of Estate Planning Group.
Jason Wu, Attorney at Law.
Rhino of Hawaii Unified.
Janice with Dreamhouse Drafting.
Fabio of Hawaii Water Damage Restoration.
Kyle with Impact Wealth.
Brian of Cleanscape.
Benji with Hawaii Referral Agent.
Danny of DHA Financial.
Joseph with Keymasters Locksmiths of Hawaii.
Christopher of Falcon Services.
If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, all you got to do is go to teamlally.com.
We also want to give a big thank you to Dave, our producer.
Chee-hoo.
Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life.
Forever. This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed
Sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price and or time frame, we'll have it bought for cash. Thanks and aloha.